Hey friends, Ash here. Welcome back to Gents. Hope that you're doing well. Most fragrance prices nowadays seem to be on this steady upward climb up that direction. Basically saying, oh, you want to smell good? $200, please. Or sometimes more.
Money, money, this money, money, that profit will make me wallet fat.
But for the majority of cologne fragrances, except for the odd brand here or there that maybe has been hitting a little bit too much of the Hobbit's weed and thinks that they themselves are actually niche brands, most cologne fragrances have been keeping the prices on the lower end of the spectrum, somewhere down here, which that don't hurt. And assuming you are a fan of cologne fragrances, I have 10 different ones today that you absolutely need to know about. Both newer releases that are not hyped quite so much, and some older releases that have been hyped to the moon and back. But you need to know, regardless. All of these are going to be linked in the description below. Feel free to check them out down there. We are going to begin with Joe Milano, Game of Spades Rouge. Now, Joe Milano is an interesting cologne house, and I'll tell you why. When you look at their pricing, their MSRP pricing, which you go to their website, what they have the fragrances listed for, it's really high. For example, this one right here, if you go to Joe Milano's website, they have it listed for $220. Now let me riddle you this, Batman. Do you want a Baccarat Rouge 540 Extrait de Parfum cologne for 220 bucks? I would imagine 99% of you said no, and 1% of you is a psychopath. Now, I should say that I pointed this out in a previous video, and the CEO of Joe Milano actually hit me up and said, hey, that's not our MSRP, which I would say, then why does it say that you want $220 for this fragrance on your own website, though? Isn't that the manufacturer's suggested retail price, what the manufacturer is charging? I don't know how this works. I do know how that's what it is. But they did point out that their wholesale price is lower than that. Bruh. Which that's what wholesale is. But they said that they have it marked up higher on the website so that retail stores that they sell the fragrance into can sell the fragrances for less than what they have it marked at. Are you following along here?
A lot of boring math later.
That way the retail store can make money, because then they can say, yes, we are selling this for 120 bucks, but if you check out Joe Milano's website, it says 220. So you're actually getting a pretty good deal. So that's their marketing strategy, but you can find these online at discounters for way less. This one specifically, I paid $39.99 for before discount codes. A lot of times at discounters though, you'll find them around $60 to $70. At that price point, it does put them on the higher end of cologne prices, and for the most part, I would suggest to try to scoop it up for less like I did with this one, and I have bought a couple other ones as well in that like 40 to 45 range when I found them. At 40 to 45, solid buy. 60 to 70, iffy. 100 plus, no sir. But I do want to get across, the quality here is good. The presentation is decently nice. It has a heavy cap. The atomizer is pretty good as well. It is pressurized. At 40 bucks, this is a great alternative to BR540 Extrait. Really good, nice performance, good quality. Will absolutely get the job done for you. Will you go nose blind to it? Absolutely you will. Just like the real deal BR540, you'll spray that on and be like, it's not even here until somebody walks by you and goes, oh, that is strong what you got on. So you get the full BR540 experience, paying a lot of money for a strong fragrance that you yourself can't even smell. Haha, nice, nose blindness, let's go. So I think what Joe Milano has actually done is they've looked at all the other cologne houses like Latafa, Fragrance World, Armaf, and seen their price points, and they basically pitched themselves as like a luxury clone house, higher end clones, right? Better quality, heavier bottles, that's kind of the idea. But what ends up happening is you get this huge range of prices where, you know, some retail stores are trying to sell it for 100 or 120. And then if you look on Joe Milano's website, it's 200 plus. And then if you look at a certain discounter, it's 40. So yeah, you wanna be buying down here at the 40, not up here at the 2-300. And also I have a new code for Gift Express, which is right here, along with all the other codes you see here. And a lot of those websites do have a lot of clones. So check those out, use those codes to save some money. Next up, we got a fragrance right here from Auja, and it is called Sacred Santal. This one's pretty affordable, 25 bucks before codes, so not gonna cost you all that much. Kind of a nice little semi-apothecary looking bottle with a magnetic cap. If there's a drawback on this one, it is the atomizer though. The atomizer is not so good. So we go from a really nice pressurized atomizer to a little doof. So Sacred Santal is a clone or alternative to Santal 33. And it's kind of interesting because Santal 33, I mean, it still is popular, but for a time there, man, Santal 33 was like the fragrance. Like I said, it still is popular, but there was a time where it was just literally everywhere. And I got to thinking when I got this one, I was like, there aren't that many Le Labo alternatives coming out nowadays, comparatively speaking to like all the PDM clones and stuff like that. And if you've never smelled Santal 33, it is a very easy wearing sandalwood fragrance. And if you have been to luxury hotels, especially in like New York City, when you smell this, you might be like, oh, yeah. It smells like a luxury hotel lobby. And it does, for better or worse. Quality-wise, surprisingly good for a fragrance that is this inexpensive from a fragrance house that is not Latafa, Joe Milano, Armaf, Fragrance World, Afnan, Al Haramain, you know, all the big dogs. Super versatile, very easy to wear, daytime or evening, just about year round. Really, really surprisingly good, actually. I picked this one up with a mess load of other clones in an order, and I haven't been able to actually go through all of them. I did check this out, which this isn't officially in the list because I just opened this up today, sprayed it for the first time. Aura Trust from Rasasi. Dirt cheap, like $17. Issue with this one, actually all of the Aura fragrances, they're kind of like popping in and out at discounters. And I only did a little spray like just now on a tester strip, like I literally just did. Very minty and citrusy, extremely fresh. It reminds me of fragrances in the style of like Tiger, Bulgari Tiger, not Imagination, almost like Afternoon Swim if you dropped mint in there, you know, vibrato, fragrances like that. So it's kind of in that style, but I legitimately have not worn this on skin. I sprayed it on a tester strip, smelled it like right before I started filming, so it was like, well, I'll show it, but that's kind of how it opens. I have no clue how it dries down, but for the price point, it smells really good if you like stuff that is very citrusy forward and minty. Let's go Montagna up next. So this is Chili Pineapple, and this is a hybrid or a mix. So in case you can't tell by the name Chili Pineapple, it is Aventus Cologne, that's the pineapple part of the fragrance, and then Pacific Chill, which is the chili part. On the front it says orange, apricot, birch, and amber. Now price per ml, Montagna is gonna be higher because they come in 50 ml size bottles like this one, but these absolutely slap. They are gas. Montagna fragrances, especially after you let them chill for a little bit. Oh, stupid. After you let them maturate, they improve quite a bit. Not that they're bad initially, it's just, you know how it goes. So this is really ramping up that fruit in the opening, extremely fresh, sweet, lively, quality very good. This is one for spring, summer, daytime. Again, smells absolutely fantastic, and a really, really, really good mix of these two. So essentially, if you're a fan of either one of those, I would say check that out. Let's go next with this one, switch things up a bit. Lamast Oud from Bourgogne. So I've said this before, but these Bourgogne fragrances, really, really nice quality, but there just aren't enough of them. Like they need to make more, they need to get on that, because the ones that they have released are really good. It's just they haven't released many. So it's like if you know, you know, kind of. Nice atomizers on these. You can see they're kind of a little pressurized distribution. And this one is like a mix, kind of falling in between Tom Ford's Oud Wood and Thamine's Carved Oud, which, to be fair, smells like oud wood. Not the exact same as oud wood, just in that style, inspired by it, you could say. So with this, you get a very rich, deep, sexy, sophisticated, wearable oud scent. Solid performance, absolutely gonna be fall, winter, nighttime for most people. And if you're a fan of that style of scent, you absolutely have to check this stuff out. One of the better smelling oud wood alternatives out there, or carved oud. Which, speaking about carved oud, I will be doing a giveaway for these two, so stay tuned for that. That's not carved oud, that's a clone of it, but Close enough. Let's talk Venino by French Avenue. This is Venino Black, and this smells similar to Smokin' Hot from by Killian, which is, of course, all of the, the designs on the bottle here, a little Killian-esque with the snakes. This is a sweet apple tobacco scent. Super rich, sweet, spicy when you first spray it on. Slightly candied-like, the way that the spice hits. This is one of the better ones that French Avenue has put out here over the last little bit of time. It is gonna be more of like a fall wintertime fragrance once again. I've got a couple more fresher ones coming up, but when it comes to clone fragrances, I feel like a lot of times you get more bang for your buck with those like deep, rich ones. At least that's how it comes across to me. Not always, of course. There are outliers, I'm just saying. So yeah, Venino Black absolutely will get the job done for you if you're looking for a smoking hot alternative. The apple shisha in there just absolutely killer. The next fragrance, we are going fresher with Vozingi from Paris Corner, not to be confused with Zesty, spelled Z-E-S-T-E. Zesty is a Xerjoff Lyra clone. This is a Torino 21 clone. So yeah, if you buy Zesty, you're in for a surprise. Maybe a good surprise, but still a surprise. I do despise the bottle, not because of the shape, but because it is fuzzy. So there is that. What if this smells like Torino 21 and then I'm just a moron? I mean, kinda. It's not as green. It's more citrusy, minty. But I think if you like one, you like the other. Not too far, not too far. It's that mint citrus. You know, you get that mint citrus here, get that mint citrus here, and it gives you a very similar feel. Vozingi is going to be more aromatic, the way that the citrus, or excuse me, the green aspects of the fragrance come across compared to this one. This is way more citrus focused. But yeah, Vozingi, alternative to Torino 21, darn good one for the price point. Spring, summer, daytime, great use as an office fragrance, casual fragrance, frankly, just about anything you could want to do type of fragrance. Let's go next with, okay, kind of a weird one, all right? It's the new Latafa Comra. So it's Comra Dukan, and the reason I say it's a weird one is because it's not really like a clone, but you know, it's a Latafa, so I was like, I'm gonna put it in here anyway. Kind of cheating a little bit, because this is really, you know, a flanker to Comra. First time that I tried it on, I was not sold on it. I was kind of somewhere in the middle. I was like, nah, I don't know. I made that exact noise. It has kind of a cherry-ish, citrus, tobacco opening. You've got incense that comes in pretty quickly. It is kind of a peppery incense that lingers for a while. That's gonna be that smokiness that you get in the fragrance. The tobacco in here, did I say tobacco or tobacco? The tobacco, did I just say it again? Tobacco. The tobacco that's in here is not super honeyed or anything like that. It is more incensey tobacco with sweetness coming instead from labdanum, from amber. So it's a little bit more mature, I would say, than the original Comra. Not as sweet as the original Comra, with more of an emphasis on that incense and the spices in here. And the more that I've tried it on, the more that I've enjoyed it. So it has grown on me quite a bit already. And if you're a fan of the Comra line, you should check it out. Okay, we did a Latafa. How about a Latafa Assad? Everybody and their mom knows about this one. This is a Sauvage Elixir alternative, and it is super cheap nowadays. So under 20 bucks typically. Now, not like an insane amount under 20 bucks, like $19 and change, but hey, that's still under 20. In terms of notes, this one has black pepper, it has tobacco, pineapple, iris, coffee, vanilla, amber, and woods, which that note breakdown is just like, you sure? Projection, great, especially when you consider that price point, quality for that price point. Again, fantastic, really good longevity as well. And you'd wear it at the same time as Sauvage Elixir. So you're looking at fall, winter for most people, maybe spring as well, daytime or evening. One of their more popular releases. We got Afnan Supremacy Collector's Edition up next. And this one right here is Absolute Aventus. Now it gets overlooked a little bit because Armaf came out with Club de Nuit Intense Man Pursue 1, which is also absolute Aventus. And to be fair, anytime you've got an Aventus clone and it has the Club de Nuit name, you're kind of like automatically at a disadvantage or an advantage if you're arm off. Note-wise, this one has pineapple and bergamot off the top, obviously gonna give you that Aventus style opening. Also has apple, some white flowers, birch, musk, and oak moss as well. Very rich, easy to wear, and versatile, basically a year-round daytime or nighttime fragrance. Also has great performance as well, and this is another one of those if you know you know type fragrances. The Afnan Supremacy line has some absolutely fantastic clones that don't get talked about as much as some of the other bigger names. Last but not least, Hunter Intense from Armoff. This is one of those ones that had a big old hype train, and for good reason. It is affordable, it is a compliment puller, and it is cheap. Wait, that's the same thing as affordable. Is that a compliment puller? Versatile. It does that too. So this one is another sort of a hybridization a little bit. It smells like Sauvage if it had a baby with Invictus. An unholy designer hypebeast baby sent to destroy fragrances for everyone. Nah, I'm playing. It smells good. At least if you're looking for something a little bit youthful with a nice sweetness to it that is, as I said before, extremely versatile. In terms of notes, you've got a lot of citrus in here: bergamot, mandarin orange, lemon, and pomelo. There's also geranium, lavender, black pepper, and a touch of cardamom as well. So if you're looking for something that you can wear especially well in spring, summer, and early fall, you should check this one out because it's not gonna cost you all that much money, and in general, people absolutely love it. All right, giveaway time, let's go. Scooped up a couple of clones for you. Rayhan Elixir, which is, surprise, surprise, a clone of Lamast Elixir. And then this little guy right here from Maison Alhambra. This is not carved oud, this is crafted oud. Very different. But you may be surprised to learn that crafted oud smells very similar to carved oud. Yeah, go figure. So those two will be the giveaway, and I've actually, it's a very big brain, and by that I mean I should have thought about this already. What I'm gonna do is right in the middle of each month, I will do all the winners from the giveaways from the previous month and then post them up on the YouTube channel. Makes it easier that way. Instead of like doing it every 3 to 4 weeks, I'll just have like a set time each month. Be easier. So yeah, if you want to be entered in the giveaway, leave a comment down below, like the video, and in your comment, I don't know, tell me how you're doing. Are you doing well? I hope you are. That's all you gotta do. And then I'll pick the winner with random comment picker, post it up on the post tab of the channel, and guys, I do it every time. My hand is magnetically drawn to knock bottles off this table now. But I'll pick the winner, post it up, and I'll ship those out to you wherever you are. Thank you guys for hanging with me here. Stay safe out there. Take care of yourself. See you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys.